Welcome everyone to the Breakout Racing League Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I'm your host today, Fetter Cheese 33, joined by none other than Monaco. Monaco, how are you doing today? I know it's a fast intro, but we've got it. Things are going to run smooth today, or so I hope. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I guess you'd say it's been a bit of a long day for me, but ideally, I eventually made it to here now to see some racing finally. But yeah, I'm excited to see what kind of racing this will produce. It's gonna be interesting what will happen, really.
Yeah, of course, like I've mentioned, Tier 4 is the tier we are streaming currently. And I'm going to be honest right now, Tier 4 is one of the underrated tiers. It is the lowest tier out of out of this league. But it never fails to provide a good show. I mean, every single race that there's been in this league, we've gone in attendance of over 15 people, and the racing arguably has been really good. I haven't seen a lot of complaints from people aside, from the obvious odd one out. But in the streets of Baku, 20 corners, this track, I think it provides a good amount of racing. I think it won't fail to delivery, especially with this tier, with the amount of drivers that we have. 18 drivers are going to be negotiating these tight corners and these really long straights. But that is Ichigo. Well then, that is our first collision with the wall today with Ichigo. He will pull into the pits and hopefully do a clean lap. But yeah, Minako, I've talked to you before. I know this is one of your favorite tracks ever. Give us your thoughts, really.
I mean, what is there to say about this track, really? Sector 1, you got a bunch of 90-degree corners, but you also got 2 tier rest zones, so you can see plenty of overtaking into turn 1 and turn 3 ideally, so hopefully we can see a lot of good racing around there. Sector 2, that's one of the tricky parts of the track, and sorry, I just saw Butters almost been at the fetching game, but he managed to keep going, and he'll be the first one to set up. But yeah, Sector 2, one of the trickiest parts of this track, especially with that infamous turn 8, the castle section gets really narrow around there. You cannot go wheel to wheel with anyone there. So ideally, if you see a battle going there, you do not want to be alongside, or else guaranteed there will be a collision. And then Sector 3, well, Sector 3 is not even much. It's just a straight with a little bit of just a fast chicane, really. So that's really where you'll see the most overtaking, because it's, I believe, Sector 3 is the longest straight ever in Formula 1 in this calendar, just beating China. So it's just a lot of fun to drive, really.
Yeah, and speaking of big straights, it really just ties in with setups as well, because this track, even with the really high straights, you still got a lot of tight corners that require a lot of high downforce, and you got to find a good balance between having a good tight setup that can negotiate the corners well, and a good straight line speed to battle your drivers, battle your enemies there. I'm on board with Valkyrie right now on the mediums. Valkyrie has not had a good time in this season so far. He has a 100% win rate for every race he finishes, but every other race that he's participated in, he's DNF'd. So it's just not been his day.
And speaking of DNFs,
except for one.
Speaking of DNS, actually, Sprightly has actually crashed and now is the one of the only retirements in qualifying for now, so that's not gone well for the McLaren driver. Sprightly, in which has not really had the best of times in this tier either, only 1 points finished, the rest have been the DNF, so if he wants to make something out of this, he's gonna.
Yeah, oh, I see that. Yep, that is Valkyrie. Valkyrie gone. Well, we were just talking about him, and that's commentator's curse. That's our bad, but there's a lot of people out on track right now. 5 people are in the pits, and 12 minutes remaining. 18 people are racing here tonight, so it's a very consistent showing of this full season. I'm on board with Hobwob right now. Hobwob getting his full-time seat last race in Monaco. Fortunately, I think he retired, but he has a purple sector 2 right now, looking set compared to the rest of the grid. Father Korn and you reserved today, and BRL fan up into the second place in the championship. What can Hobwob do? Hobwob sets provisional for 140.3. It'll be interesting to see if anyone can go in that 39-second mark. Hobwob lets Ichigo by, but I think that's a fairly competitive time for this team, would you say, Monaco?
Yeah, I would say so. If someone can get into the 39s, like you said, that would be a very good lap time. People to really watch out for to set those kind of lap times is your championship leader, James B. He is on the mediums, but he's really been the one to watch this season. I mean, ever since he joined this tier, he's had an 80% podium finish. Or no, sorry, not 80, 75, but still very high chance of a podium. He won last week and he won the week before. He's really going to be the one to watch out for. Can he make it 3 in a row? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, they can't exactly focus on the race. They just have to focus on qualifying, in which at the moment, qualifying is being headed by the Alpine Crusade EFAB.
It's not like Monaco last race, where qualifying is really just the main focus for track position heading into the race. This race, it does provide a lot more overtaking, like we said. It has the longest straight in the whole calendar. James B is about to start his lap, so we'll just spectate the lap. Monaco, would you like to do a hot lap guide around this twisty circuit?
Of course I would. So in this turn 1 is like one of the many 90-degree corners. Very simple. Just keep it pinched in. Turn 2. You have to really be careful around here because if you hit the wall, they'll compromise your DRS line.
I'm spectating James B. Sorry.
Oh, apologies. I thought you were spectating the ball guy. My bad. Okay. Again, into turn 1, just have to keep it fairly clean. Careful not to go too wide. He doesn't do that, which is good. Turn 2, if you nail it, you can get a good run on the DRS straight. He does that quite nicely. Can he get a bit of a slipstream? No, he doesn't. He just stays on the right-hand side to prepare himself for turn 3. One of the few overtaking points, another 90-degree corner, doesn't hit the wall. Remember, these walls, they are close, so he has to be careful. He's doing exactly that on those mediums. He doesn't set a purple sector 1, but we'll have to wait and see. That has been one of the trickiest sections, turn 5 and turn 6. He negotiated it quite nicely. Now he's coming up to really the trickiest part of the track. Turn 7, you can cut the corner a little bit there. Then, turn 8, castle section. He keeps it nice and clean. That's exactly what you want to do. Then right, left, he does that nicely as well. Then it's just basically flat before you get into turn 15, in which, well, you can see people cutting the corner there. Most people wouldn't do that though, and that's exactly what James B doesn't do. He doesn't cut the corner. He still kept it valid for now, and he does set a purple sector 2. We'll see that. Oh no, he's invalidated. That's the worst spot to invalidate.
Yeah, we'll see what that time is though. Going through the really, really long straight. This view is really nice because you can see the whole city.
Yeah,
but what does he set on that medium, on those medium compounds? Set to 140.7. That would have put him P7 behind Shredder.
Yeah, and it's a pretty decent lap time. Actually, it's not. Well, I mean, it's not the best of lap times, but for me, I wouldn't say that's terrible. He is going to go out again, so we'll have to wait and see what he can do on those same set of mediums. But his battery's not really looking all that pretty, if I'm being honest. But I've just been informed, because I'm pretty sure he has said that it's dry the whole way, so unfortunately no rain.
Yeah. Fortunately and unfortunately. a lot of the cases.
Yeah.
Even with the rain, it's still going to be very tricky for most of the drivers. Damage is a very big factor here. One little tap of the wall can give you lime damage for your barge boards, for your floor, for your front wing. And I mean, we saw from Realistic on Thursday, Monaco, that really hindered your performance.
Can we not talk about that, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, damage can really hamper your race. Even the slightest bit of damage can cost you a lot of time. It's not like F2, or actually F2, which was 2 days ago. I believe it was Luciano who had cars had a little bit of a chip of front wing, and you might as well pick because they give you very costly around here.
Yeah, of course, another driver to talk about is KP21. KP21 has had a lot of consistent performances throughout the season, and he was battling for the championship in the first 3 rounds. He's, I think, what place is he in the championship?
He's currently sitting P4 at the moment, 8 points behind Ball Guy, who's had a consistent run of top 4 finishes as of Portimao. KB21 had a bit of a lackluster race in Monaco, but still managed to get P6. Let's see if he can improve that. He's currently sitting P9 for the time being. And I want to mention really quickly as well, in case you haven't noticed, the person in first is named Father Korn. I believe he is a reserve, so he is showing what he is capable of, and currently sitting on the pole position, just not quite getting into the 39s, but it is very marginal.
And only one person inside the top 10 opting for the mediums on Shredder, but actually he is actually gone for the softs, so everyone inside the top 10 decides to go for the soft compound except for Butters. Strategy is also a very big thing to talk about, Monaco. I've heard that you can do soft medium around here, soft hard as well, but safety cars can change that a lot. It can vary. The tire weight here this game is a lot less actually compared to last game, so we can probably kind of base it off of that.
We'll have to wait and see about that, but also there is the chance of safety cars as well that could play a massive gain or disadvantage in terms of strategy. Because if the safety car comes out early, the people who are on the softs, which is pretty much everyone except for the select few, they will be able to have the advantage over the people running on the mediums. But just at some point it'll just come down to the safety car, or really just down to pace, really. It's just going to be interesting, to put it simply, but I think most people might try and go for the one stop on soft to medium, or medium to soft. I'll have to see.
Yeah, as Phantom said in the chat right now, top 6 is extremely close. Top 8 is 8/10ths apart from each other, so 1/10 every position around there, which is extremely good.
One to really watch out for this, though. I was just noting, looking at people who have set their best lap time so far. Shredder's only 3/10ths off of Father Korn, and he set that lap on the mediums. He's on the softs now, so he could be one to watch out for.
He is on a lap right now, going through Sector 2, about to enter Sector 3. We'll watch him right now. There's around 3 minutes remaining in the session, so we'll have to pay attention to the times. It's purple Sector 2, going through this little S section. As long as he holds it well, he can get a chance to get pole position. Going through 8th gear.
It's close.
Yep. Opening the DRS. Can he get pole position? His first pole position of the season, provisional pole, and he does. First driver to get into the 39s, 3/10ths clear of Father Korn. Father Korn sits in the pits. I'm not sure if he will go out once more, but Crusade Ethab getting a tow from his teammate Slayer.
So he is not going to be able to beat that lap time. That's interesting. Oh, give up the nations here, Feta. Don't worry. Okay,
Sorry,
you're good now. Okay.
my controller batteries died, but
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you said Father Korn retired. So Crusade Ethab, as I mentioned, got a slipstream from his teammate. Currently sitting in 3rd position. That might be to his advantage. Currently less than a 10th down on his time. So he has a bit of room to improve. BRL Phantom on an outlap right now. Only 4 people in the pits. Is going to be very interesting. DXD Ichigo sets a Haas 1 to 1000 separating both Haases. Extremely great for the American outfit. BRL Phantom, yeah, Hobwob, who was provisional pole a while ago. Currently 6/10 down on his time. I think at this rate, he might get pole position. Purple Sector 2, going through the final S section, turns 18 and 19, and the Little King of 20. I think with this pace, he might challenge, be another driver to challenge for pole position. 1 minute remaining of the session. Can Hobwob get pole position? Yes, he can. A 39.6.
Now the time to start to ramp up. We now have 3 people in the 39s at the moment. Ethab crosses the line. He does improve his time, but he doesn't improve position.
Yeah.
But
what about
one to watch out for. Oh, I think somebody retired. But I'm watching out for a certain person in P6, Phantom.
Yep.
He's gonna start a lap.
Improves to 8th. I think that is his qualifying done. Crusade Ethab, that is his qualifying done as well. Phantom is going to start his lap, so will Slayer. Slayer will not have time to set a lap, actually. KP21, 4th in the championship, only goes 7th fastest. That is his day done. And Henchman starting a lap as well. So a lot of people wrapping up their laps, a lot of people finishing their laps. That's all Phantom right now. Sorry.
It's going to be really tight. Yellow flag in Sector 1, Sector 2. I think that's just people letting others by. But Slayer, does he manage to cross the line? No, he doesn't. He just misses out. So the last person that we're going to be waiting on is who's sitting in P6 right now and P2 in the championship, which is BRL Phantom. Let's see if he improves on his sector. He's 3/10 up already. That's half the time he needs to find, and it's only the first sector.
Yeah, I think he might be one of the only few to actually be on a lap right now. So far, it's going well. Really solid lap from him. What can he do in the castle section? Plays it really safely.
Yeah, and Phantom here has 2 pole positions this season. Let's see if he can get a 3rd, because he'd be the first person to get 3 pole positions. Remember, James B, he's all the way down. Yeah. He's all the way down there in P15. I'm not sure if he's on a better lap time. He is improving, so. The one to watch out for right now, James B, he's on the main straight right now. He's going to open the DRS. Does he have a good enough lap time to shoot his way up into pole position and get his 3rd pole?
Oh, only 2nd.
So close.
200s behind Hobwob. What can Phantom respond to both of them? Sitting outside the top 5 throughout most of this qualifying session. What can he do for the Alpha outfit? Gets 3rd. That is very close between the top 3.
400 separate the top 3. That is so marginal.
Hobwob gets his first pole position of the season. James B showing his consistency with that P2 and Phantom in P3. Looking for a really good result. This is going to be a very, very exciting race about to happen right now, folks. This is insane.
Yeah, and if you look back to last week, James B actually beat Phantom because Phantom had a 6-second time penalty, but ideally Phantom was the first one to cross the line. But these two, they have finished 1-2 on the on track and on the podium together, and they're sitting P2 and P3 right now, but they have a new contender.
Hobwob.
Yeah.
In the Aston Martin. It's always nice to see a new contender in the front row in qualifying, but can they make it up in the race? That is a real question.
We'll have to wait and see. And the one thing I'm actually surprised by, look at both Haas's in the top 5, and especially Ishigo. Ishigo had a podium last week on his debut at Monaco, so he definitely has the pace, and he's sitting in P4. And Shredder is sitting just a couple of points ahead of Ishigo, so already these Haas boys are going at it.
Yeah, it's a short run to turn 1, so getting a good start or a bad start doesn't really mean anything as long as you have the inside or outside line.
Yep.
It really just depends.
We'll have to see. And as I said before, the race is going to be dry.
Dry.
Just wait for the confirmation for that, and there you have it, sunny skies.
Yep. So everyone right now is just going to do their final tweaks to their setups, edit their tire strategies, and wish themselves good luck for 26 laps, I believe, of walls.
Not as much as Monaco.
Oh, yeah, Monaco. I mean, they went through the hardest race, arguably the hardest race of the whole season in their 5th race. So this will be easy work.
We'll have to see, but now they're just preparing for the race, getting their setups in, figuring out their strategy for the time being. Obviously, the top 10 have to start on the tire they qualified on, but I'm just mainly looking at 11th down, 11th in which is being held by the Williams of Avi, and I think if I look at the driver comparisons, if I look over to Avi is 3-2 against Henchman, so Avi is clearly showing that he has a qualifying pace over his teammate, but the race could be different between those two, and they're lining up alongside, so it's going to be, I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out, but we'll have to wait and see, but if I look around, there's actually a lot of action going on within the driver comparison, so we could see a bit of a mix-up.
Yeah. We'll make sure to bring that up during the race in case things get quiet to entertain you guys. But here we go. People have started to ready up and get ready for the formation lap. This is the lap where people warm up their tires, warm up for the race, just chill until the 5
Yep, and I
laps.
was looking at their chat. They're all saying good luck to each other. They're mainly just here to have fun, but ideally they want to have the championship. I know it's only round 6, but it's going to be very interesting. And I'm looking at the tires for the right now. Everyone 11th down has opted for the mediums, except for Redeemer. So Redeemer is going aggressive.
Interesting. Redeemer has not had the best of luck in this season. We can say that for sure. But he's gotten a couple points, and as long as he keeps his nose clean, not just his nose clean, just his whole car clean now because of the new damage model, I think he will do well.
We shall see. He just has to negotiate 26 laps. As long as he can keep it clean, I think he can go for a good result here. Although he only has 1 points finish and 1 point to his name, it is still a bit of an an upward scale. It isn't much, but we'll see what happens. But compared to his teammate, it's not been the best of seasons.
Yeah, both McLarens also 17th and 18th, including Valkyrie, who, I mean, mentioning it again, hopefully he gets his act up and actually performs well, gets that bit of luck he needs, and gets that confidence he needs to actually get results, which I think he can do, but it's just not gone his way through this season. But it's still a long season. 19 races remaining, including this one, which is, wow, incredible. It's incredible, actually, to hear that. 19 races. It's still like a season still. It's still the early stages of this league.
Yeah, but you always want to see more a lot of attendance in here. So it's great to see that we are having that consistency around here. And I'm asking the chat right now what the top 3 will be. Bailey Ari putting in his pick for it being James B, Ishigo, and Ethab. that's an interesting call. I mean, Baku is full of surprises. Maybe that could be a surprise. But what is your pick for the top 3?
Ooh, I'm gonna go for Hobble for the win. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm the underdog. Hobwob. You know what? Second one, Shredder. Hobwob, Shredder, and let's go Phantom. Let's go Phantom. I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's a bit risky. A bit not risky, but I don't know. It's just we'll see. Last time here, last season in Tier 4, we saw a lot of the drivers in the midfield stack up in turn 2, in that very tight turn 2, like a 5-car pileup. So hopefully that doesn't happen today in this race. A lot of things have changed with the driver lineups and the teams, but everyone is right now, and we will get ready for the 5 lights. There we go. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it is lights out and away we go. 18 drivers scrambling for positions going into turn 1. That is an Alpine off track. Hobwob gets a really great start up into the lead. Ichigo with his amazing starts up into P2 and Phantom into P3. James B struggling a little bit in the top 5 there. And there's a lot of front wing there. Oh, there's a lot of contact between a lot of drivers. That's a McLaren Alpine. I did not manage to catch that on the bottom right of the screen, but that might be a safety car. Yeah, yes, that is a safety car. I just managed to catch that on the bottom right of my screen. I did not see any sort of incident. Did you see anything there a minute ago?
I was mainly just watching Bald Guy mainly, because I was about to say that he could be one to watch out for in this race because he is good at pulling just something amazing out of this, but unfortunately he has damage as well. But yeah, that also causing a safety car in turn 2, so I didn't exactly see what happened there. But I just want to say though, Ichigo, that's the 2nd race in a row where he's had a really good start. I believe last week he qualified, I think P3. Yes, he did. He qualified